Well, hello, and welcome back to the Lytt Effects YouTube channel. Here we are, demoing none other than the Lytt Effects Deadbolt. So the Deadbolt here is based on the JHS Superbolt. The PCB hails from pedalpcb.com. Check them out, they got great stuff. As per the usual disclosure, I'm not a great guitarist. There, I said it. It's fine. You'll live through it. You'll hear how this pedal sounds, and you'll definitely want to buy it. Clean tone, Telecaster. There it is. She's beautiful. I just banged my microphone. Hopefully I can edit that out. She's beautiful. She's my baby. She's got the Lollar Special T's. In another video, I said Special S, which would be weird because this is a Telecaster, and the Special S are Stratocaster pickups, which I do have in my Strat, and they sound phenomenal, or at least in the bridge position. So anyways, these are the Lollar Special T's, and they're fantastic. I love them. They sound so good. And yeah, and then from the guitar, I'm going to be going into the Deadbolt, and then I'm going to go out of the Deadbolt through this wire that I made all by myself, and it's going to go into the UA Dream 65, which is a Fender thing that sounds super clean because the preset that I'm using is the Corey Wong Clean. It's about as clean as you can get it. Yes, it has that farty little Fender-y thing, especially when we move to the bridge pickup, but it's, you know, we love it. We love that Fender farty thing that it does. So here's my, my clean tone. That was the neck. Wow, the middle, it's so quiet. Told you, I'm not a guitar player. Bridge. So yeah, that's my clean tone. It's all right. It'd be better if I was better at guitar. But anyway, the Deadbolt. Like I said, JHS Superbolt in a box. But it has 2 toggle switches, which we'll talk about soon. One thing you will notice with pretty much all Superbolt pedals, and including the Deadbolt, because this is pretty much a direct clone, volume. By golly, you don't need a lot, because it just... I believe it's a linear taper pot, if I remember off the top of my head. Maybe, I forget. But anyway, it's, I mean, you don't have a lot of room to work with, and you'll see very quickly. I'm going to turn the drive all the way off, which actually, yep, there. So, I mean, that is basically unity. I mean, you can hear, yeah. So be careful with your Deadbolt / Superbolt volume pots. So the controls, boom, crash, flash. Boom is volume, crash is drive, flash is tone. We're gonna go drive at noon. It's a cool sounding pedal. I like this a lot. Let's kick the drive up a little bit here. All right, so the toggle switches. So, as you all know, the JHS Superbolt was discontinued. And when they discontinued it, they released the Tacobolt, which was essentially a misbiased version of the Superbolt. So yeah, and we'll talk about the biasing when we look at the inside, the guts of this pedal. So this switch over here on the left is going to control your bias settings. So down is going to be stock. And then if you flip it up, that's going to go Tacobolt. Yeah, so it just misbiases it. And again, we'll talk about that soon. You can really hear the difference if you crank in the gain on this thing. Sounds cool. I mean, it's definitely a different flavor. The only thing with the Tacobolt was that they took away the option for the high gain side of, or switch on the actual original JHS Superbolt. So let's go back to stock. Keep the drive at noon. Here's a clean tune. And up. So yeah, this thing can get into fuzz territory. If you really, I mean, you can hear the noise. I mean, it sort of cleans up. It's not like it doesn't clean up like like you would want a fuzz to, but yeah, so it sounds cool. And then again, you can flip that switch. Now you're in high gain Tacobolt, essentially. So yeah, it's a cool pedal. I like it a lot. So that's the Lytt Effects Deadbolt. We love it. So let's take a look at the inside. Let me set this beautiful guitar down. All right. Deadbolt. I'm going to unplug it so I can flip her over. Again, toggle switches. Tacobolt side. So down is stock, up is Tacobolt. Right side, gain. Down is stock, up is high gain. Cool. Design-wise, again, boom, crash, flash are your controls. Volume, drive, tone. The design on here, well, it is, I basically just stole the Superbolt logo, kind of. I just put a lightning bolt in there, and I flipped it around so it faced the other way to hopefully not get sued. Please don't sue me, Josh. I love you. And I put it in a coffin, and it's just essentially matte black enclosure with UV printed in black and then a gloss layer over it. So just to kind of give it like a silhouette-ish look to it. Very important on this pedal. On all my pedals, I put 9 volt DC, center negative only, because that's all you really need. Let's be honest with ourselves. 9 volts is all you really need. But there are a few you can go up to 18. This one you cannot, because if you do, there's a charge pump inside. This thing runs internally at 18 volts. So don't put in more than 9, because it's kicking it up to 18 for you on the inside. So here is the inside. And there's aforementioned charge pump. There she is. Again, don't plug in more than 9 volts, because this guy's taking it to 18. Okay? Okay. Glad we cleared that up. So you can see inside of here, there are quite a lot of trim pots happening. Let's talk about this one first. This is your LED trimmer. So if you want to adjust the brightness, because you're like me and you hate bright LEDs, you can do so. With this, the white LEDs on these, I mean, they're very bright. I mean, they're very hard to just not be bright, but they can get pretty dim. So yeah, you can use the trim pot for that. The rest of these trimmers, so they are in pairs. And those trimmers are controlling the bias on these J201s. These are what are controlling the clipping in the circuit. And that is what you are biasing. So it's normally when you're biasing these in an overdrive circuit, what you're aiming for is half the voltage that is being supplied to them. So in this case, since we're running a charge pump and we're jumping that 9 up to 18 volts, when we bias the drain on these, which is this far left pad, or you can use the biasing pads there if you've got a fancy multimeter and want to have a shot at that. So we want to bias them for close to 9 volts, essentially is what we're aiming for. When the Tacobolt went out, the bias was basically the third was not even close. It was virtually not biased. So, I mean, it was like very low voltage. And then the other two were just off slightly. So yeah, so the trim pots are adjusting the bias, basically. So the left-hand side trim pot is for the stock setting. I was toying around with hot gluing these so that you couldn't change the stock setting. But hey, if you want to, it's your pedal, man. I'm going to ship it to you in the stock setting. And if you want to change the bias, you go right ahead. The right-hand side, that is the bias setting for the Tacobolt side. So again, super cool pedal. I like the range of tones that you can get with this. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying this one a lot. This is one of my favorite overdrives, I mean, ever. Yeah, other than that, pretty standard. Pretty standard. Just 9 volts only, please. Thank you. I love you. And have a great day.